Right, hello lads and lasses, and welcome back to Boys Down Under, where today I have found a shaver, but more importantly, we have another tier list video. You guys really seem to enjoy the last one where we did the players who have came into Celtic during the transfer window, so today, of course, we're going to be doing the players who have left Celtic Football Club since the end of last season. Now, this is going to include loan deals that have expired, pre-contract agreements, all that sort of stuff, because, you know, in technicalities, they have left Celtic Football Club at the end of last season. So, if you are watching these videos, please remember to subscribe to the channel. You can click the bottom right just there, the little logo, or you can exit out of the video and do it. Whatever suits you best. But that is all from me. So without a further ado, let's get into it. So, the first player we have to discuss is Christopher Ajer. Now, Big Chris left the club, was actually the first major signing who left the club under Ange Postecoglou. It was firstly reported around £12 million to Brentford, but reports have came out saying that was bumped up somewhere up to all the way to 18 million. That is an absolutely amazing job from Celtic for a player who's on his last year of his contract, you know. He never really wanted to stay at Celtic, especially after last year. Premier League's calling, of course he's going to go. The fact that we've got that much money out of him, it's great business from Celtic. Obviously, like to have kept him, but, you know, I don't think we could have got much more from him. And was he fully committed to Celtic? Who knows? But great business from Celtic. Now, moving on, a player none of us really ever got to saw was Bio Vakun. I actually don't know, can't remember his full name. Vakun Bio, something or rather. Look, he never got off on the right foot at Celtic. It is what it is. He was stuck behind so many players. And, you know, it's a shame because when he first signed for Celtic, I remember I watched some of his highlights. I was much younger than I am now. But I remember seeing his highlights and he looked like a good enough player. He looked like he could fit into the Celtic team, but obviously he wasn't able to impress any of the managers while he was here, and has eventually, when his contract has run out, left the club. I can't remember who to, but he has definitely gone. And look, I'm glad they're gone because he wasn't offering anything. It's not to say I don't want him here anymore. I kind of don't, but still, it's just, no, he doesn't fit into any of the others. I'm glad he's gone. He can move on with his career. Celtic can move on with theirs. Yeah, it is what it is. It's a tough one. Now on to the sentimental one. Scott Brown, Mr. Bruni, signed a pre-contract agreement with Aberdeen to become an assistant manager and player of the team. Look, yet again, it's sad to see him wear other colours than Celtic, and you know it's disappointing when Celtic play Aberdeen. You know, he'll probably get booed by a lot of fans. He'll probably get cheered by a lot of fans. It's hard because he's gave so much to the club. He was our captain, our leader. He was just amazing for us for the time he was here. Obviously, as the years got on, his quality dwindled, you could say, but still, he nevertheless gave his all in every single game. And look, Bruni, thank you for your time at Celtic. Club legend, 110%. He is one of our best captains ever. Okay, now moving on. Big French Eddie, yet again, a deadline day deal. He left to join Crystal Palace for around 15 million plus add-ons on the final year of his contract as well. Since the start of the window started, everyone expected him to leave, but as it got on and on and on, it seemed more likely that he was going to stay. One more year with Celtic under Ange Postecoglou, Odsonne Edouard, the rejuvenated player, but that all seemed to unwind by the end of it. Crystal Palace swooped in. Patrick Vieira wanted his man, and he got his man. And look, he's been here for 4 years, Odsonne Edouard. He left 4 years the day after he joined Celtic, and I couldn't be happier with what he gave for Celtic. Despite being, appearing lackluster at times, he's always been a great goal scorer, a proven goal scorer for Celtic Football Club. He's came up in the big moments for us. He's shown us his quality. And look, I'm going to put him in great business I want to put him in great business from Celtic, but I feel that would disrespect him. Thank you for your time at Celtic, Odsonne. You will be missed. Au revoir. Merci beaucoup. Thank you, French Eddie. Okay, moving on. Now, this is actually it's Jack Hendry, by the way. This is someone who a lot of fans Celtic wanted to make a play to keep after his performances last year and at the Euros, even though we're forgetting that he was the reason Patryk Schick scored that long-range goal. to hurt Scotland. Thanks, Jack. But still, Celtic wanted him back because with Christopher Ajer leaving, we were very, very lacklustre in the centre-back spots. We had Stephen Welsh, but who else did we have? And it appeared Jack Hendry could be that man to, fill the spot. But nonetheless, he did get signed permanently by KV Oostende. It was a cheap fee. I think it was like 2.5? 1.5, somewhere between 1.5 and 2.5 million he signed to Oostende for. We couldn't do anything about that. It was a obligation to buy after a loan deal. So, but the good thing is about this, now a lot of people might not have heard that actually Celtic had a sell-on clause for Jack Hendry. Now, Jack Hendry actually got sold this window yet again to Club Bruges for £8 million. Now, Celtic actually had a clause that stated if sold within the first year of signing for Oostende, Celtic get 25% of that fee. So that is a cool 2 million straight into Celtic's bank accounts on top of what they already got for Jack Hendry. So obviously I do feel we could have got a lot more from him if he stayed with the club, but still that is a nice fee for someone who hasn't played for Celtic in so long. So at the end of the day, oh no, I'm not saying glad they're gone. It is great business from Celtic. Now, the next player, someone who, not many Celtic fans were convinced on. He arrived for 6 months on loan. It is Jonjoe Kenny from Everton. And yeah, what more can you say about him? He didn't impress at Celtic when he was here. He always wanted to go backwards instead of forwards. It was very baffling. It was a panic loan signing after Jeremy Frimpong left. I understand why it was made, but it just turned out to be the absolutely wrong signing and just, didn't help our chances at all of trying to get back that title. It was probably already gone at the time, but still, it just did us no favours yet again. A cheap, easy signing. Luckily, he was only on loan, so we didn't have to buy him. Yeah, glad they're gone. Jonjoe Kenny did nothing for the club. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Okay, now moving on. Patryk Klimala. Now, this is an interesting one because Paddy K, we're going to call him Paddy K, he actually arrived to the club from Poland. He was like a wonder kid there in Poland. Everyone rated him. But he just didn't seem to find his feet at Celtic. We signed him for good money. I can't remember how much it was. It was like 3.5 to 4.5 million, somewhere in that bracket. Then he shaved his head and he actually came back looking like he was going to hit some form and be in a Celtic starting team. He hit some goals for Celtic. And I don't know, I just feel, given more time, maybe if he stayed under Ange Postecoglou, maybe he could have found his form, maybe. I don't see how he gets into the Celtic starting squad, but still, it's sad to see a player who had so much promise just not deliver for Celtic, because I did want to see more of him. I did feel he could have became a good player for Celtic, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Patryk Klimala, I'm not glad he's gone, but I don't feel he deserved. Did he deserve more time? You know what? We're gonna go with deserved more time. Sorry for that pause, because I'm just trying to toss it up. Probably a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I feel he should have been given more time, especially under a new manager, because we've just seen the rejuvenation of a lot of players under that new manager, Ange Postecoglou. So, yeah. Okay, now, next we've got Diogo Laxalt. He was a player who signed at the start of the season, last season, to Celtic. He was on loan from AC Milan, and this is, Laxalt is one of those players. I had a lot of hopes for him. I had high hopes because he was such an attacking left back. He's such an attacking threat going forward, but his defensive qualities were just absolutely lacking, and that's something you can't have in a left back. Move him up to left wing then, who cares? But at a left back, he needs defensive qualities and attacking qualities, and yeah, he just didn't fit into Celtic. Lennon just used him wrong. It was absolutely poor. I had such high hopes for him. But, he did a job, I guess. I guess we could give him that. But, yeah. Glad he's gone because, yet again, he's another loan signing. I'm glad he's not staying because he didn't offer anything to Celtic. I don't feel he would be starting ahead of Greg Taylor in this Celtic team because, as you know, we've got Liam Scales as well coming through. And we've also got Juranovic who can play left back. Yeah, no, Laxalt should not have kept him. I'm glad he's gone. We can move on from last season. Now, here's a controversial man. Mr. Controversy, Lee Griffiths. Signed on loan to Dundee for this year, and I think that, Celtic fans, is the end of his time at Celtic. I'm not sure if there's an option to buy at the end of it, because if there isn't, he can just go for free to Dundee, or whoever he wants to go to. He can retire if he wants, for all I care. And he's done so much for Celtic. And it's true. As much as some people don't want to admit it, he has done a lot for Celtic, Lee Griffiths. But during the last 2 years of his career here, just personal problems, just everything getting in the way of him getting form. It's just been so disheartening to see and so frustrating from a Celtics fan standpoint. But we have to remember what the glory days, what he gave us under Brendan Rodgers. So, Lee Griffiths, thank you for your time at Celtic. Okay, moving on, Mo Elyounoussi, someone who's actually kind of ripping it up at Southampton at the moment. He was on loan at Celtic for 2 years. His first year was marred by a bunch of injuries. His second season, however, he was one of Celtic's standing lights. When he played well, when he was on, all right? Him and Odsonne Edouard played great, some great football together, but that was only when he was on. Should we have signed him past that year? No. I feel Celtic have made much better signings in the wing spots. I don't feel we needed Elyounoussi, and if we did need Elyounoussi, we'd be paying a lot of overs for him, I reckon. A lot more than we would have paid for Abada, Jota, who we got on loan, and yeah. So, Mohamed Elyounoussi, yeah. I'm going to say thank you for your time at Celtic, because, you weren't as bad as the other loan signings, but, you did a job, but at the same time, I don't think we should have kept you. It's as if I'm talking directly to him. Yeah, ignore this. Okay, Olivier Ntcham, someone also a lot of Celtic fans are divided on. Ntcham, he will always be remembered in Celtic hearts, no matter what, for that famous night in Rome. No one will ever forget that. But what else did he do in a Celtic jersey? He was never a midfield, he was never a pivotal piece of the midfield for Celtic, and I just feel if he had found his form, he could have been a great player, but obviously he had attitude problems, he had a lot of things going wrong, so I don't feel Celtic should have kept him. But I will thank him for his time at Celtic purely for the Lazio game, because what a moment that was. I was up at 6 a.m. watching that when that moment happened, and the absolute limbs I was doing in my room, being as quiet as I could not to wake up everyone else in my family. I was absolutely, that was a moment and a half. But it's not a reminiscing time. It is a tier list time. Moving on, Ryan Christie. Yet again, Ryan, he's one of those players that I would have liked to keep, but at the same time, if he's not fully committed to Celtic, why keep him in the first place? So, we got $3 million for him from Bournemouth. I don't know why he went to the Championship when he wanted to go to the Premier League. It's just baffling to me, but he's gone. He wasn't committed to Celtic. He didn't want to play for the fans for a packed-out Paradise, But thank you for your time at Celtic, because yet again, we have to remember the good times of Ryan Christie and what he's given to the club. Regardless of how these situations end, thank you, Ryan Christie. Moving on, and everyone's favourite, Shane Duffy. Shane. Celtic fan, boyhood dream, coming to Celtic on loan, going to win 10 in a row, and he absolutely cucked all of our chances at winning it. It wasn't exactly Duffy's fault, but a lot of the problems stemmed straight from him. So I'm glad he's gone. And I'm glad he's gone for two reasons. One, because he fell out of favour with a lot of Celtic fans, and he probably would not have got a very good reception at all if he stayed. But most importantly, he's doing well at Brighton again, and I think that's the most important thing. He's moved on from his time at Celtic. He's put that in the past. He doesn't want to remember it. He's moved on. He's doing well at Brighton now. He's scored a goal. He's got a couple of clean sheets. He's doing well for them, and I'm happy to see it happening, okay? I'm glad for him. And we're going to leave it at that. And then finally, a lot of people, we all didn't see anything of him. Marian Shved, this one's a quick one. I'm glad he's gone. I don't know, I can't even remember. It's that insignificant if he's on loan or if he's signed a permanent deal. So, Marian Shved, I'm glad he's gone. He wasn't offering anything to Celtic. He was just going to be a bit of a dead weight anyways. But that is actually all the players. I think we got through this in record time. So, yeah, that is that. That is my tier list of the players who left Celtic during the off-season transfer window. But that is all from me. So, until next time, hail, hail.